Louisiana beer reviews. Lion Creek First Crush IPA. Thank you, John and Nearly, for this can. This is from Georgia. There is another video review for this. I intend to watch it. 6.3% alcohol, 36 IBUs. The malt is Simpson's Golden Promise. They also use wheat and flaked oats. The hops Simcoe, Mosaic, Amarillo, and Eldorado. Sold in cans and kegs. It's a year-round offering. Gets no average score on Beer Advocate and Rate Beer because there's not enough reviews. A few check-ins on Untappd, giving it a 75 out of 100. I've never before had it, so here we go. It says, our compass has always been set on quality beer. Well, let's see about that. The sun is coming up above that tree line there. Mostly clear sky. It was 98 degrees yesterday. I was cutting that grass and I was doing some sweating, as you can imagine. But the grass cut nice in that heat. 2:30 in the afternoon, get that 98 degrees, the grass will cut nice. If you don't drop dead, it'll work out just fine. Medium off-white head, orange appearance, as these IPAs tend to be. Orange. It's kind of hazy, opaque. Yes. Yes, 36 IBUs. That's really more into the pale ale rather than the India pale ale, but we know in the last 5 years or so, what people call India pale ale has been reimagined. If you want to look at it that way. All right. Fruity hop resin, like my friend David says oftentimes, orange pith. Pale malt and the other grains, I think. Malt, that's barley malt, wheat, and oats. Hey, this is a multi-grain drink. Multi-grain drink, man. Or lady. It's the full 36 though, so it's sufficiently bitter, I think, for the alcohol level. Oh, I mean, of course, I'll rather it to be 56, 66, 76. That would probably be too high for the ABV, 6.3. I drank another one of those Bosom twin screw vessel double IPAs yesterday, 8.4, 75 IBU. I was really impressed with it because I was saying, man, this thing is bitter. And it's bold, you know, like a macho bitterness. A rugged almost, but not harsh. No. Bitterness. And think about what that company had done 10 years ago. A nightmarish array of products. And now, here we are, 2019, and those guys in Wisconsin are putting out some dynamite stuff for such a low price. $4.99 for a 6-pack of double IPAs. Unreal. Anyway, back to this. I didn't pay for this. I don't know what it costs. I imagine it's much higher than $4.99 a 6-pack. I saw on the website this company does make 2 double IPAs in the 8% point something range. I'd be curious to try those. Kind of a medium to high mouthfeel, actually. Medium dry finish. Fruit, hop resin, white bread crust, but there is also a I've noticed this with some of these juicy oriented, hazy oriented nouveau IPAs. Sometimes there is, and I think it's like what my friend David is saying, that pith, the orange pith. I say it's like a chalkiness, like a something in the body is awry to an extent. And I've seen that across the board. I don't care what company it is, really. Doesn't seem to make a whole lot of difference. Including Louisiana beers. If you're not trying it, it's hard to describe it. Some of these things you have to try it and experience it. You might like it. That might appeal to you. I don't know why that would, but it might. We drink what we want. You should drink what you want. You can watch my videos. You might like what I'm saying, but drink what you want. But to me, it's a detractor. This does not have that strange cake batter, like granulated stuff, though, that you get with some of these real deep, dedicated, deep speculative, you know what I mean, any IPAs, where you can almost swipe your pinky and get the gunk on there. This doesn't have that, thankfully. But does have sort of that pithy, if it was a wine, it'd be like that you'd call it tannin thing, which are good with the red lagers and red ales. I didn't like that at first, the tannins, but I got used to it now. I think it's good. Would I get used to the pithiness? I don't think I would. Oh, well, I might get used to it. I don't think I'd start liking it. Oh, look at the yeast chunks. Wow. There are some pretty huge yeast chunks, and they're starting to break down with pieces coming. It look like an asteroid, you know, with the tail coming off of it. You might see those. Huh. Will it change the taste? Or no? Oh, and there's a descending grayish yellow cloud. Will there be a change in aroma and taste? I don't think so, but there might be. Let's see. Well, there is a bit. And you know what? It helped me break down, or I should say like a detective story, helped me figure out what that was. Oh yeah, it's really coming out now. It was caked at the bottom. You know what that is? That's that lupulin powder. They don't list that as an ingredient, but I think a lot of these, oh yeah, look at that. It looks like the fish eggs have been fertilized. Something I want to drink, you know. Well, it gets in ya. It's sort of an additive with a lot of these, and that's what we're talking about, the cake batter, I think, to a large extent. I don't think they have to list it, or they choose not to list it, but it is a part of the scene, so to speak. And it's funny though, because people will say that's what that is, you know, live with it, learn to accept it. Fine. But then you get like these other flavored ales, or high gravity lagers. Those would be even higher than this. They'd be in the 7 to 8, usually 8, even to 10 ABV. And they'll have added things, and but somehow that's not legitimate. And I don't see that connection, because to me, you're adding, so once you start adding, then it should be legitimate, right? You want to add oats. You want to add wheat. You want to add corn, flake maize, corn grits, corn syrup, rice. Then I think once that is allowed, then it should all be allowed. But people have this factionalism, I think you call that. Okay, but anyway, it's okay. It's not a turnoff, really. But on the other hand, it's not really something that's winning, you know what I mean? Like capturing my adulation. But it's okay. It's you could argue for it being good, and I would argue for it being good, and I'm going to give it an 81 out of 100. B minus. It's arguably good, but that's not terribly difficult to run across a product like that, and some of those you can get for like $4.29 for a 6-pack of pint cans. True story. So, but anyway, I'll see what that video review says, and I'll look at the other things, so the written review. So, hey, but John gave it to me, wanted an honest review. I'm giving it. So, hey, well, laissez les bon temps relais. This is 2019. That's what we're dealing with, and I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to hot, and I mean very hot and quite humid, southeastern Louisiana.